This is the new Forced XR8D tracked chipper. And we're gonna get to play with it today. We're here at Chris's house. He's got 2 trees to take down in the area behind his house that he's been working on clearing. I said I would help him out today, and we got this thing to play with. I think this is gonna be the perfect piece of equipment because it would be pretty hard to get a full-size chipper back there. I think we could, but this thing is gonna be a hell of a lot easier. We can move it right to the brush, and it has a couple other hidden features that might make it a little more suitable for working on the terrain that we got back behind his house. So we're gonna get it back there and I'll show you what it's all about.
Electric top handle saw. This is the one I actually started using when we did this whole area. This whole area was done off of 1 charge on this battery, which I think is pretty impressive. We'll see how it does up in the tree today.
Yeah, we'll see how long it lasts up in the tree. If it does conk out, I brought the Milwaukee for backup.
Perfect.
Get up there, baby.
Working on it. All right, looking for a comfy spot up here. Hard to do when you can't see much. I think I found a spot. Use a regular climbing line. Send it right up. Right now I'm tied in using only my buck strap, which is kind of like my hip hugger, I guess you could call it. All right, there we go. Huh? All the firewood looks good. Thank you. All right. Can you move those rakes? I'm gonna send this whole side. There's not much brush left on this. There's a little piece up top, and then, you know, 4 or 5 pieces. I'm just gonna send it whole right down into here. If Jake needs it, we can move the chipper over to there and back the truck up to it. But like I told him, I'm trying to keep this whole area nice so I can turn it into grass. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. This is the first felling cut that I've made with this saw while up in a tree, so hopefully it stands up to what I need it to. Then a couple smallies. These out of my way. There's my notch. Jake's set and ready for action. Here we go. Boom, baby.
Woo! And this is why it's nice to have a track chipper, because now I can move that chipper right here where the brush is, and we can still shoot the chips all the way up here.
One more up.
I'm gonna move the chipper over here.
Okay, I got one more coming down. Perfect.
All right. One down.
That thing is impressive.
Yeah?
Yeah, for being an 8-inch chipper, it did a whole lot more than any PTO 8-inch chipper I think could have ever done. And even with our big chippers at work, I think this kind of outperforms them in the auto feed, bogging down and things like that. I didn't notice this to bog down as much as I thought it would.
It's really nice that it has auto feed. Guys, for those of you who might not be familiar with what we're talking about when we say auto feed is a technology that newer chippers have. There's basically sensors in there that sense when the drum or the flywheel slows down to a certain RPM. It will then stop the feed wheels that suck the branches or the material in, let that flywheel or the drum or whatever, you know, that has the chipping knives on it, get back up to proper speed, and then it will automatically turn on those feed wheels again to continue feeding it material. It's a feature normally found on large, you know, commercial grade chippers. I have never seen auto feed on a chipper this small. I'm sure, you know, the technology is out there, but just the fact that this has it really helps. It helps save operator time because we're not standing there, you know, manually manipulating those feed wheels to allow larger material to flow through.
It's a pretty big cut for this saw. All right, last one. Hopefully I miss all my stuff down there. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. Glorious.
And I gotta say, guys, I am very, very impressed with this thing. This is, again, the Forced XR8D. I don't know. And then there's some other name for like the fact that it angles and stuff. But this thing with the 55 horsepower Doosan diesel motor, I mean, night and day from the WoodMaxx. Now, granted, I mean, this is a dedicated, purpose-built, self-powered chipper, whereas the WoodMaxx is a PTO. It's not, you know, separate things, but, you know, they are both 8-inch chippers, but this thing way outperforms my WoodMaxx. And I gotta say, I think my favorite feature on it is the auto feed. The auto feed is just absolutely fantastic. What do you have to say about, you know, your view from the top looking down?
I mean, there wasn't much brush to these trees, and I was trying to take my time so you weren't so claustrophobic down here with the brush.
Right.
Working with a new chipper, but not taking any of that into consideration, I feel like I could have just bombed out that whole tree and you would have been able to keep up no problem.
Yeah.
Very little standing time up in the tree.
Right. I mean, we got those done. I think we started around 9:30 and now it is 10:42. So an hour, and like Chris said, not a ton of brush on these things, but for one guy on the ground with a brand new chipper that I've never used before, and I mean, granted, we use chippers every day, but this thing has controls that are different than what we're used to, and it worked really well. You may have noticed me hitting these buttons. Funny story about these buttons, you'll notice that there's Braille on them. And I was told by Kenny, the US salesman here, that these buttons are actually off the Metro, like subway. They use the same buttons over in the UK, I guess for like the doors maybe, to open and close the doors. But it's not a button. There's nothing that you like physically press in. It's all sealed, it's waterproof, and this is forward, that's reverse. To stop the feed wheels, you simply just tap it. To reverse the feed wheels, you push and hold and they'll start reversing. This thing is very well, you know, like the fit and finish, I'd say, is really, really nice on it. You can see there's guards and shields everywhere that there should be. When you even look up at the undercarriage, all of the hydraulic lines and stuff are really well tucked up in there. And if you ever had to go over a big rock or obstacle, you can raise up the legs and raise the whole machine up like another 1.5 to 2 feet, which is just simply amazing. So this thing is really awesome. A couple other features on this thing, safety features, you'll notice the big red button that, you know, when you push it in, it stops the whole machine. This is an adjust like flow valve for the feed wheels. Kind of like on the WoodMaxx, you can speed up and slow down the rate that it feeds if you have larger diameter material and you want, you know, like a finer chip. The faster that the feed wheels go, the larger, stringier the chips will be, and the slower it goes, I believe the, you know, finer and more like cube size the chips will be. The RPMs for the machine are up here. Simple knob you can access from the operator platform. You just speed it up and slow it down. So this thing is super cool. We'll get into it a little bit more as we get to use it more, but for a first job, it did a great job. And did we get done what you wanted to get done?
Oh yeah, that and then some.
Cool.
Did good. marksman or what?
Bullseye. Well, all right, guys, I think that's going to wrap this one up. First use of the Force XR8D tracked chipper. This thing was fun to use. I am looking forward to getting to use it some more. It's just a demo, you know, for now, but we are going to have it for the next couple of weeks. So hopefully we can get a little more familiarized with it, and you know, at the end of the trial demo period, we'll give you our final thoughts. But so far, I'm impressed.
So far, I'm very impressed with it. It was really cool to watch from up in the tree. I'm sure it was pretty cool to run and to see something or use something different than what we're accustomed to. Because this all around is a completely different machine than anything we've ever run.
Oh yeah, totally different animal. I mean, yeah, it's a chipper at the end of the day. It chips wood and brush, but this thing is cool. And I think it's small. You guys know I like small things. I have a small International, we have a mini skid steer, we have a small tractor, we have a mini excavator. Chris is the only thing that's big on this channel, aside from my ego. And you know, this thing kind of just really fits in with what we do here. We're not doing large scale land clearing or anything, which is what you would typically see a track chipper on an operation such as that. This thing can fit into somebody's backyard. Case in point, it just did. So let us know down in the comment section below what you think. I'm gonna put Kenny's number on the screen here. He is the USA, you know, sales representative for Forced. I'm gonna put their website in the description. If any of you guys are interested in getting more info on one of these things, please don't hesitate to reach out to Kenny. Really nice guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him when he came to drop it off. Knowledgeable about the equipment and the brand in general. So as always, guys, if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button down below. Let us know in the comment section if you missed this guy and you want to see him in more upcoming videos, because he's been MIA. But for now, I'm Jake.
And I'm Chris.
This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next time.